Hey peeps, and welcome back to another interesting episode of PixARK. So, the story with this episode is it was originally going to be a full-on episode, but we didn't really do all that much in it, and we've already had an Ice Castle episode, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this a post-commentary video where I just go over everything we did. So, yeah, in this episode, we revisited the Ice Castle, mostly because I just wanted to get better steel bone armor. So, like, right here, the castle has a lot of that stuff. The behemoth drops it, the ice bears drop it. This is a really good spot to farm for just a lot of better armor. And, interestingly enough, I found out that the bears really don't have the best eyesight. I was able to sneak past them, and I even made a friend bear. So, yeah, me and him just kind of vibed out until I needed to go back inside, and he couldn't fit through the door. But yeah, peeps, I basically just went through murdering almost everything in the castle, killing the ice elementals and the werewolves and everything for their better drops because I wanted to be fully prepared for the Death Lord. And because I was killing so many werewolves, we actually got a decent amount of werewolf blood. I think we got 5 in total, so that was pretty cool along with all the armor. But as I continued through the castle, I found the actual main boss of the castle. It's the Ice Fairy, and she actually scared the heck out of me here. I thought she was going to start chasing me all throughout the castle, but she couldn't get past that part of the stairs, so eventually I realized that, climbed back up and realized she was completely stuck, mostly because I built there, I'm pretty sure, so I decided to build a kind of bar across the hallway just in case she got past it, she wouldn't actually be able to continue. And I started just blasting her with the ice magic. Well, I actually checked her health first. 500,000 health, so less than the behemoth, which is very interesting. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, if you're going to be stuck there, I'm just going to murder you with magic. And unfortunately, we didn't get the super high DPS of the magic. It took absolutely forever to kill her and a lot of our wind magic. But eventually she went down and we were able to loot her chest and our first ascendant, an ascendant assault rifle. I was extremely hyped to get this. I was like, oh snap, our first ascendant. I was regretting that I wasn't actually recording audio, but because that took so long, I wanted a better way to kill and farm the Ice Fairy. So we went home and I actually made my first werewolf potion. You peeps have been telling me to make this since the beginning of the series pretty much, and now we finally have it. But I'm gonna keep that on the back burner for now because I wanted to go ahead and see if we could find a way to farm the behemoth a lot easier. So I figured out, or I didn't figure out, but I realized that I could just pix block my creatures in here. And so I brought Sue in and just tried to duke it out with the ice golem here, and it went okay-ish. We were doing a lot of damage, but as you can see, it was also doing a lot of damage to us. So we were definitely not going to win the war of attrition, at least not with this primitive saddle and just us trading blow for blow. And eventually I also accidentally killed myself because my character was clipping into that upper platform and I was getting hit by traps. So we died, and as you can see, Sue really took a massive beating without doing much health damage to the boss. Luckily though, I did also try my Ghost Dragon, and while the Ghost Dragon's breath can't hurt it, the Ghost Dragon's phantom range is high enough that I can constantly attack the behemoth without it fighting back. So we now had a way to super easily farm the behemoth. It still took a while because we're only doing 1,200 damage and this dude has like 600,000 health, but it was still a free way to farm it and just get its drops. So we went ahead, chomped on it a bit, and eventually we did get the kill for pretty much free. And the behemoth does have some occasionally pretty great drops. Unfortunately, it didn't this time, so I decided to put a pause on behemoth farming and go take out the Ice Fairy with our werewolf form. I tested out our moves, and I was feeling pretty awesome. So let's go wreck this fairy. And yeah, I pretty much instantly died. So I'm so glad you peeps hyped up the werewolf. It was not worth it. So yeah, I quickly gave up on the werewolf plan and just tried to figure out a different way to cheese her. So I brought in my Mega Rock Dragon and tried to see if that would work, and for a little bit it did. I was able to bite her, but she was also able to attack me, And eventually we got her to fall kind of through the platform because the Mega Rock Dragon destroys blocks, so I accidentally destroyed the blocky platform. And it was going all right. You can see now I can attack her without her attacking me back because the Mega Rock Dragon hitboxes are very strange. Though eventually it stopped working and the Mega Rock Dragon stopped hitting it, so I decided to just put him back into the Pix block, and I was very frustrated because I wanted to farm this fairy, but I couldn't figure it out. So I went up and kind of smacked her in the head a little bit with our sword here before she absolutely pimp slapped me off. But now that she was down here in this platform, kind of captivated area, for some reason our wind magic was now just shredding her health, and we were getting the extremely high DPS. I still have no idea how to really get the most out of the wind magic, but we figured it out sort of here, and we were now able to kill her very quickly with not spending too much wind magic, which was very nice. And we got our first Mastercraft Rex saddle. This was huge to get because now we have something to farm to get better saddles for the actual boss. And we also got a Mastercraft Ghost Dragon saddle. So the Ice Fairy can drop both Ghost Dragon saddles and Rex saddles. So she became pretty much the ideal farm point. We also got the Magician boots, which was an armor set I didn't know existed until right now. And now I'm just gonna show a compilation of good stuff we got. We got an Ascendant Fabricated Sniper Rifle, which I was also pretty excited about. And also an Ascendant Wand, which was just absolutely crazy to get. I did not think we would get a better wand, but unfortunately for us, the higher quality wands didn't actually have the extreme DPS. Only the normal wand did, so I didn't keep it for that long. Eventually, I kind of got bored of farming. I went back to base and realized we could actually re-roll the enchantment damage as well as the, I guess, the modification damage. So we were able to re-roll different gun barrel crafts to have slightly higher damage and stuff. And you can do that with everything, so that was pretty cool. I didn't know the caps, though, so I didn't really spend too much resources doing it. And after that, I just decided to go back to farming. But unfortunately, peeps, the drops were extremely uncommon. I was here for multiple hours, and I think the best stuff we only got, I think, 3 Ghost Dragon saddles and 2 Rex saddles, including the ones I showed in this video. So I kind of just gave up on the idea of farming. It took forever to go through and kill them. I eventually gave up on killing the behemoth because that took, I think, about 5 minutes of just constantly clicking to kill it to get through its health pool. And while the Ice Fairy was an easier farm, it was still not that fun to do. So yeah, I gave up on farming and decided that we were just going to equip most of the army with primitive saddles and hope for the best. But yes, I am going to go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you all so much for watching this kind of condensed episode, and I'll see you all in the final episode of PixARK. Bye-bye!